Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage David M. Green. Hello, David. And David's got his mic on mute.
Right, how's that?
It's all right. It's a tradition
Radio
here on the
studio.
show. No, it's a tradition. Everybody has to have their mic on mute when they start.
I think
How are
Scotty's
you?
doing it, Dave,
I'll do
I
it.
reckon.
Where are you? You've got all these TV screens in the background. You're at NASA.
I'm at this is SEN, one of the studios at SEN Melbourne, where I worked earlier today as a panel operator. And I just stayed here instead of going home.
Well, you do a lot of panel operating. You obviously used to do some stuff here in Adelaide. And so do you have to listen to the whole show? Like, if you're doing whole panel operating for the footy or anything, you really have to be listening to the whole lot. You can't just kind of vague off, can you?
Pretty much, unless, you wander to the kitchen and, get a cup of tea or something. Generally you do have to listen to what you're putting to air. I'm kind of like the gatekeeper. So, if if it goes off air, I need to push the right button to make it go back on air or call someone and get them to do it. And then, cutting the highlights package together of all the good goals and then playing those out of the airplanes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Have you
not
got
done by AI yet.
No.
Eventually.
Have you got any horror stories? Anything that's gone wrong while you've been doing this?
I used to work for another radio station years ago called Melbourne Talk Radio. It was a short-lived talk station in Melbourne, and I started as a casual, and then I filled in for the panel operator on the Steve Vizard morning show.
Oh wow!
One of their flagship shows. After breakfast, that would be the flagship show. And day one, I think possibly it was a 3-hour show. It was in the first hour. There was some technical problems happening in another part of the radio station, and suddenly all the lights on the panel just go out, and all the sound stops going through the speakers. And I'm so inexperienced, I don't know what's going on. And there's these big names. I think Steve Vizard was with Michael Veach in the studio.
Yes.
Oh wow!
From Fast Forward.
I don't know what's going on. And people are running in and out, and it was a.
They're doing the aeroplane sketch, and
they were talking about that. Yeah, they were doing the voices. Probably a little problematic these days, I think.
Yeah, they couldn't palm off to Jennifer Kite in the newsroom. It would have been terrible.
It was awful, and it was a good thing. If I had not come back the next day, I don't think I would have been able to do it again. It's like, when you fall off a horse, you got to get back on straight away.
Yeah. I worked in a radio station in Port Pirie for a while, and part of my job was paneling the John Laws show. So I did breakfast, and then John Laws was on afterwards. So I had to stay in the studio and panel John Laws for.
Panel the network feed.
Yeah,
it was a wonderful thing you've done.
That's a gig. Love those.
Play ads and stuff when he stopped talking, and and then they told me I had to interview him because he had a new book out on the breakfast show. So he came on and started quizzing me on the book, and I hadn't read the book. And he said, he just asked me outright, have you read my book? And I just said, no, I haven't. And he hung up on me. He just said, well, this is a waste of my time, and hung up. And
I can't believe you've not read the book, Scott. This is unbelievable.
And I haven't read it. Tell me about it, please.
But I was quite devastated. And then every day I had to live through 2 hours of listening to his voice, just making my pain worse. But,
just read the book.
Now he's dead.
God bless him. God bless him. Yeah.
That's right.
One of the greats.
Yeah, we only do impersonations of dead people, it turns out. So it's we'll chalk that up again. It's
were you doing John Laws?
Oh yeah, sorry. I was just like, I know you sounded more like your dad, but that was as deep as I could go, Scott. It's,
that's the secret. You get really, really close to the mic.
You have to get really close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's what you do.
Very good. Very good. And David, you've got a new podcast, although the first episode was recorded a few years ago, right? On the Talking.
Yes.
Can you tell us about On the Talking?
On the Talking. It's very similar, actually. I'm doing an impression pretty much of Peter Gers. So it's a parody of
I wondered
Talkback
who it
Radio.
was. Yeah.
Well, it started as Peter Gers, but it's sort of some other Talkback Radio people as well, kind of an amalgam of various things that I hear on real radio, and then I go, I'm going to steal that. So yeah, it's making fun of Australian Talkback Radio. So there's me and my friend Adam Navarro and a couple other friends, Tim Ray, Nicholas Godfrey, Jared Kotlowy. And they're all in Adelaide, and I record it with them when I come back to Adelaide.
Right.
And we've been working on it for years because we can only work on it in little bits and pieces when I come and work on it. So we started 2021, sort of when we bought the podcast desk. We only first released the first episode in September. So we're doing one a month, and we're only going to make 10. And we just released the first week. We released 7 just this weekend.
Why 10?
Does Bob Francis make an appearance? I know he's also passed away as well, but you never know.
Yeah, all the
ghost of Bob Francis. Yeah, he could call in. That's.
That'd be great.
You know, I met him. I met him twice. The first time I met him was when I was 1, and my parents took me to the art gallery, the South Australian Art Gallery, and my mum was sort of holding me, and Bob Francis was there with his girlfriend. And apparently, I pulled his girlfriend's hair. I have no memory of this. But yeah,
get off my girlfriend, you bloody wanko! It's
and then and then I did the David Day Australian Radio School.
Oh yeah.
Back in 2006.
Yeah, you didn't pull his girlfriend's hair again, did you?
No, I thought about. I wonder if you remember this. I didn't get a chance. We all went on like an excursion to Nova and 5AA, and he was on air then because he was doing his nighttime show. So we all went into the studio and had a chat to him in like an ad break, or like just before he started. And we were kind of in a big group, so I didn't get one-on-one time, but.
I did work experience at 5AA many years ago when I was at school, and I learned that show was on a 7-second delay, and he was an expert at when, callers used to prank call him. He knew to the second that he had 7 seconds to dump them, and the obscenity that he would fit into that 7 seconds was amazing. He would just fire off this 7 seconds of obscenity and then hit the dump button, and nobody heard except the work experience kids and the other callers that were on the line waiting. They heard it.
That's fantastic.
But it was amazing. Oh yeah.
It's fun. It's fun messing with the delay function. You can also use it to fix mistakes.
Right.
So it saved me lots of times. Like when the host is thrown to something and I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't have it ready or whatever. And you wait a second and you're looking for it. And you're like, wait a second. Well, just hang on. I got 10 because most stations work on 10-second delay.
Oh yeah, right.
10 seconds. Just pause, turn the mics off, press the monitor button. So now you're listening to what's went to air 10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
And you can exit delay and you can just wait to hear the throw to the audio again. And then when they throw to it, press play on whatever it was.
That's fantastic.
No one knows.
That's great.
And then you just go back into delay, and it takes a couple of minutes to build up that 10 seconds again.
I wonder if we can get a 10-second delay on YouTube. I really needed that a few times.
Yeah, would be handy. Would be handy. I've got just a little snippet from On the Talking, and anyone who wants to check out On the Talking, it's on all of the podcast places, isn't it? Apple and Spotify and all of those places.
Yeah. Well, those are the only two main ones, right? I mean,
I think so.
Who's using anything else?
I was using Pocket Casts. That's all right.
What the hell's Pocket Cast?
Yeah, that's a local Adelaide. Adelaide guys. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. I thought it was like a fishing rod you fitted into your pocket, and
no. This has been stuck in my head for weeks. This is from one of the episodes. This is an ad for something called Garden Man. Let's have a look.
Garden Man, lawn and hedge trim. Garden Man, sprinkler system. Garden Man, put your trust in Garden Man.
G'day, I'm David Boney, the original Garden Man from Garden Man. If you're not much of a green thumb or just can't be asked, get on the blower to Garden Man, and we'll get the blower onto your garden. Man. Leaf blower, that is.
Garden Man, horticulture. Garden Man, brand new mulcher. Garden Man, good reviews of Garden Man.
Call Garden Man today on 1-800-626-427-336. That's 1-800-MAN-GARDEN. We couldn't get it the other way around.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Sounds vaguely like a David Bowie song.
Yeah,
Modern Love.
that's
Just a passing resemblance.
Whenever I hear that in the car, I can only hear Garden Man, so I'm like, well, I can turn that into an ad.
You've ruined it. It's a great song, and I love it. Modern Love, and you have destroyed it, but that's all right because
for good. It's not for evil, Scott. It's for good.
It's for good.
It's gardening, man. Yeah, it's a great jingle.
It's a great jingle.
That's Jared Kotlowy singing those vocals. I initially tried to sing them, but I cannot sing, so it sounded really bad. But then he came along and he's in tune and everything. But I did the other voice there. So yeah, there's fake ads as well on the podcast as well.
That's great.
Fake callers. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to check it out if you haven't yet. Big Al, it's wonderful, and you're up to episode 7 now, aren't you?
Yeah, we just this weekend just released 7, and there's a whole segment with a malfunctioning delay machine. So the callers going to delay, and you can hear 10 seconds behind through the
Oh, excellent!
It's funny when that really happens when you're listening to Talkback Radio and someone is on the phone and they're listening. They're not listening to the audio through the phone. They're listening to the audio that's coming through that radio feed.
Yeah.
And the host will say, like, are you there? Are you there, Scott? And then it's just silence. And you're like, are you there, Scott? Still silence. And then you hear through the radio speaker them saying, are you there, Scott, the first time? And then they'll respond to that. And then you say, just turn your radio down. It's like, it's almost like they're like, one question behind.
Oh, yes. Like that To Ronnie's sketch.
Yeah, the mastermind sketch.
Yes.
So he was a question in front, wasn't he?
Oh, right. Yes, it may have been. And I remember the Goodies did something similar. Anyway, getting a little bit comedy nerdy now. And the other thing that you're well known for is VHS Revue, which is up to, 60 episodes?
Yep. There's 60 of those on YouTube. So I review videotapes.
You're watching Channel 7 Eyewitness News. We'll be back with you in a few moments.
Wow, that's old. In fact, it's one of the oldest original home recordings of an Australian television broadcast.
People have recorded stuff off TV, and it's mostly me making fun of the old ads. Occasionally the program or the movie, but it's mostly the ads that are where the gold is.
Yeah.
I just started writing the new season of that as well, so that's probably be like towards the end of the year.
Oh, that's good news. Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
I do miss it. Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
Because I've got a few VHSs where I've painstakingly, back in the day, you were in charge of pausing the ads, just so when Dad come home from work, he didn't have to watch the ads. He can just watch the whole lot of A Current Affair without the ads. Yeah.
I used to do that as well, and it's kind of a shame now because those tapes are like, well, like, so what? I got all these South Park episodes on tape. You can get those. Like, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Can't get the ads there.
That's right.
Someone else uploaded them to YouTube, but the like fun thing is that occasionally I find something that's like no one's seen for 40 years, and it's not online, and it's like, wow, this could be the only copy. Yeah, and it's usually something really weird, like the owner of a business in their own ad.
Yes.
With no ability, and they're talking about aisles or something.
Yeah, there's not enough of that anymore. Just those, dodgy.
Especially after 12 o'clock. It used to get weird. That's where you'd get like, those cheap ads and weird, like, not just the sexual ads, but there was some weird, like, people doing their own stuff. Like, you'd have like,
with dodgy accents and
yeah. Like 0055 numbers. And then they were like, g'day. Like, we got gardening man. Like, it was just weird. Like back then, like it was very strange.
Yeah.
That's great. If I find a tape and it's got a movie or something on it, and then they just let the tape run out, so it's got like an extra 40 minutes or something at the end, really late at night. That's like, I'm like, there's gonna be some good stuff here.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. You've got the end of the film with Pete Smith speaking about, good night, gentlemen, and then the rest of it. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And you've written for Shaun Micallef as well a fair bit. Is that right? You were working on Mad as Hell?
Yeah, I did that for 8 years. So that was great. That was the dream job. That's why I moved to Melbourne.
Right.
Well, that was literally the dream. I would love to work on an ABC sketch show with Shaun Micallef, and very lucky it
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know quite. It's all downhill from here now. Really, anything else? It's never going to be a show that good again, I think, on Australian TV.
No, it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, I miss it. I miss it a lot. Any chance of it coming back, or like a, Christmas special or something? I don't know. They don't really do those in Australia, but
He did do a Christmas special one year. Weirdly, I didn't work on that though. It was like in between two seasons. But I think he actually did want it to continue with a couple of the other cast members kind of hosting it. Yeah. But the ABC was only interested in it if he was going to be the host, even though he would have continued to write behind the scenes and produce it. But they only wanted it if he was the host of it.
Right.
So, but now a lot of the people who worked on the show have left the industry because there aren't any other jobs. So people who like a couple of the other writers have gone and they do work in advertising. A couple of the actors have kind of like retired, and a lot of the back end, like makeup and costume, a lot of them were kind of been around a long time anyway, so they kind of just took the opportunity to retire.
And that's what happens. You see a TV show and you don't realize there's the flow-on effect for, there's writers and makeup artists and all that kind of thing. I think we just normally see, what's in front of us, and you don't realize what's behind it because people don't watch the credits. I think I'm the only one who watch credits of movies and stuff still.
Well, I think they're a dying thing, aren't they? Credits, they're not really as common. Even opening credits are kind of shrinking down. No. It's not. Everybody just wants to get in and get out. Or maybe the cast of Mad as Hell could do a YouTube show.
That'd be great.
They could make, $5 an episode easy if someone donates to their Buy Me a Coffee fund. That might be an idea for you all.
It would the production standard would be a big step down. Like you're used to seeing them in a nicely lit studio with like those wigs and stuff. Like that's really expensive to get all that stuff looking like that. It would be like
this,
people shooting themselves with crappy reject shot wig. It would be very sad. I think. I don't think anyone actually wants to see this.
Yeah. Well, I would. I'd watch it. So
yeah, totally. I'm wearing a bald wig as we speak.
That reminds me. Before you had a shiny head, here's a video that. I don't know why that reminded me, but David sent us a video of you back in the day introducing him on stage. And this is wonderful. Have a look at this.
Wait, you guys ready for your next act? Yes. I've never seen this gentleman before. I'm sure he's absolutely hilarious. So please, lovely round of applause for David W. Green. Hello, my name's David M. Green.
Fantastic. I love it.
Do you remember that?
I do. And it was just like, and I'm sorry, I think that was obviously before I lost my hair and also my voice broke by the sounds of things. It's, yeah, I know. It was just like, one of those.
18 years ago. I mean,
that is crazy.
Yeah.
We're finding since we've started doing this, there's just all these videos of people with Big Al terribly introducing them. He's just putting together this library of poor introductions. It's fantastic.
I'm sure there's many more out there.
That was only the third time I'd ever done stand-up.
Oh, wow.
Was it?
And it was at the old Rhino Room. And you were reading you can't really see it on the video, but you were reading, the names of the comedians on a list that was on the floor. And you read out David W. Green. I'm walking up there and I'm like, okay, I'm going to spin the list upside down and then say I'm David M. Green. And that was the biggest laugh I got for the whole routine. You could just see the look on my face going, well, that was all downhill from here.
It was great. It was. I remember one time I was hosting, and when they're like, "Oh, do we go through the names?" Is that all good? And I did this massive, like, ladies and gentlemen, he is fantastic. You were seeing him around. Give it up for Billy, and Billy was a girl, and that was.
Yeah, you can't
Hard to go back from that. You just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to say you'll love them.
You love them.
Keep it vague like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Rookie move.
They are great.
Well, please come back. We would love to have you back on. And anything, if you've got something interesting that you want to share or any tales of Adelaide's past, anything like that, just let us know. You can see it's very easy to come on here. You just click the link and we don't mind if people are in their pajamas or what state they're in, So, please do come again.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks, David W. Green. It's been a pleasure.
All right, we'll let you get back to raiding the work fridge then.
Yeah, I'll do that and then I'll go home, I think.
All right. No worries. Thanks very much. Good luck with On the Talking. See ya.
Thank you. See ya.